Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Madeline, and in today's video we're going to be doing a weekly reading vlog, I think is kind of my plan. I first want to talk about some new books that I have gotten over the past couple weeks to add to my shelf. I've been really wanting to collect more books and start my own actual bookshelf. I don't know if you can kind of see, but like we have the ACOTAR series back there and like random books that I've read, but I've never really had a bookshelf of my own where I can keep all of the books that I love or that I want to read. I rarely ever choose things off of like a physical TBR just because I don't have a lot of physical books, so I'm starting to change that. The first one is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, which is the first book in the Knock 'Em Out series. I've read both this one and Things We Hide from the Light that is out. I need to get the second book to add to this collection, and then I can't wait for the third one to come out. My sister and her husband bought this for me, which was so nice. I would eventually love to go back and annotate in this. Honestly, on all my books that I want to reread, I would love to go back and annotate. Then the second one is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I actually want to own all of her books. I think I've said that in a previous video, but this book is like brand spanking new, like no creasing at all, and it was $7.50 in the used book section at BAM Books. So I was really excited to find this and just like add to my collection. Then I have The Inheritance Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I've been seeing a lot on this series. I believe it's fantasy, and I'm excited to just like read more on this. Yeah, there's 3 books in the series, and if I like the first one, I will buy the next 2. I just think that they're like really fun covers, and I wanted to purchase a book that I hadn't read yet for a physical TBR, so I'm very excited about this one. Then I got Then She Was Gone. This was also in the used book section at BAM Books, but like literally it doesn't even feel like this book has been opened. I've been wanting to read this for probably the past like 3 years. It's been on my TBR, but I just have never got to it. I feel like I've read something else by Lisa Jewell, but I can't remember which book it was. I don't remember, but I am excited to read this one as well. And then I know I said this in my previous video, but my sister and her husband bought me Binding 13 as well. I'm hoping that on Prime Day, or Prime Days plural, they're gonna have some book deals, so I'm hoping to get the rest of the books in this series that are out so far, the other 4, keeping 13, saving 6, redeeming 6, or is it redeeming 10? Now I have to look. Redeeming 6, claiming 10. Saving 6, redeeming 6, claiming 10. So I definitely want to read the rest of those, and I also know that I will annotate this baby one day. It's so thick, but I mean, I feel like for how big the book is, the words aren't that big, so might need my glasses for this one. But I just kind of wanted to show the start of my bookshelf. I really want my dad to build me a bookshelf. He's a very like handyman. He like builds random things for my mom and stuff, so I definitely want him to build me a bookshelf. Thinking like a long shelf that I can obviously put on the wall. I don't have a lot of extra like floor space in my room for a standing bookshelf, so that's why I'm kind of leaning towards one that hangs on the wall, but we will see. I might have to like do some Pinterest searching and see what ideas I can come up with. But I am currently reading Book Lovers, which I love Sarah Caroli, and I feel like we have a lot in common when it comes to book taste. I have tried, like I've started Book Lovers by Emily Henry like 3 or 4 times, and I don't think I've ever made it past the prologue once. I don't know if it's just like it doesn't like draw me in like usual. Hi. you coming to say hello? But, I don't know, I'm starting to just think that maybe Emily Henry is not my favorite author. Can you sit down? Good boy. I have enjoyed her books. Ah! What was that? And why was it wet? I don't know. I really enjoyed Happy Place by her, so that's why I'm kind of like gonna keep going, because that's like one tick in the column of like books I've really liked by her. But I don't know. Well, I'm gonna keep going and see. I'm telling myself I need to make it at least through like the first 50 to 100 pages just to really, really give it a chance. My sister read it and said that she liked the last 50% of the book better than the first 50%. And I feel like she understands my reading enough to know like whether I'll be able to stick it out or not. She thinks I'll like it less than I liked Happy Place, but she thinks it'll be like a 3-star read for me, which I can get behind. I'm fine with a 3-star read. So currently reading that. Hopefully going to try and finish. Yeah, I'm trying to film a video. Can you lay down, please? Stop. You don't have good manners at all. I love this dog more than anything, but you're looking kind of greasy right now. I sometimes think he's a human, like just like the way he acts. He thinks he's one with us. So, plan is this week is to just hopefully finish Book Lovers. I just want to almost like get it off my TBR. I was telling my sister and her husband tonight that I love... Was that necessary? I know, you are so needy, but I am in the middle of something. I love when I can say I have read an entire author's, like, what do you want to call it? Like their entire collection of books. Like I love to say that I have read Abby Jimenez, like every single book she's put out I have read, which I just listened to Life's Too Short by her, which rounded out all of my reading by her. But I want to be able to say that with Emily Henry too. For what reason, I don't know, but I just like to be able to be like, oh yeah, Emily Henry, I've read all of her books. It's just like kind of fun. So I want to finish that and see what my thoughts are. I am really going to push myself since I haven't ever made it past the prologue. I just need to like keep going a little bit. And then after that, I'm not sure. I really want to make a video where my sister either picks off of my TBR, like I write down a bunch of books and she can pick a couple for me. And I also want to do my Snapchat AI picks a couple books for me to read throughout the month. I want to do it, I think, in August with the Snapchat AI because I want them to pick 2 books. And that way, if the 2 that they pick I'm not super excited about, I can still read other books in between reading those 2. I also want to do the 24-hour reading challenge in August. So I feel like I have a lot of fun videos to come, but yeah, this week is just going to be a weekly reading vlog. My weekends have been super busy lately, so it's hard to film, if you will. So we're going to see what I can read during the week. You gonna be my little reading buddy? You gonna read with me? Anyways, we're gonna maybe read. I'm also very excited for the season 2 of The Summer I Turned Pretty coming out. I was listening to Des and Sarah's podcast Bookmarked, and they were talking about how if you read the books The Summer I Turned Pretty, you are like a Conrad girly through and through, and if you have only watched the show and didn't read the books, you could be a Jeremiah girl. But I just don't know anybody who is a Jeremiah girl. Like, how can you be a Jeremiah girl? Like, babe, it's Conrad. Like, it's Conrad. So, I think I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I'm not sure if I talked about it on here. But the Summer I Turned Pretty series is what got me into reading. Like, that is, when I think about, like, how I got into reading, what made me fall in love with reading, like, it is those books to a T. Like, they just hold, like, such a special place in my heart and just have so much nostalgia, like, wrapped around them. And I guarantee if I, like, reread them right now, it could go two ways. I could be like, the writing is not great, or I could be, I have so much nostalgia around it that I like still love them. I think the last time I reread them, I listened to them, and Lola Tung, who plays Belly, like read them, and so I really enjoyed it. I think I listened to them last summer, actually, if I'm remembering correctly. But before that, I reread them, I want to say, in like 2018. But I'm like ready to reread them again, even though if I'm thinking correctly, I listened to them last summer. But I do own all of them physically, so maybe it might be time for a reread. But I just love those books so much, and I can't wait for the second season to come out Friday or Saturday. I'm just like so excited. I cannot wait to watch. I need to rewatch the first season to just like kind of remember, since they did change things from the book to the show. I need to remember how they played it out in the show. But very excited for that. And yeah, we're just gonna have ourselves a week worth of reading. I will probably only read book lovers in this little vlog, just because I've been busy, and if it's not a book that's really making me want to sit down and read it every chance I get, it might take me the whole week to read it. But I'm trying to be optimistic and positive, so let's get reading. Okay, it is the next day. It's Tuesday. I didn't end up reading that much last night. I think I read 2 chapters of Book Lovers last night. However, I am feeling optimistic tonight that I will actually sit down and read some. I kind of got sucked into TikTok last night, which is such a bad thing for me. But I might like take a little bubble bath, put my phone like out of the bathroom, take my Kindle, and just like try and like cruise through a couple more chapters of this tonight. I really want to get it finished by the weekend. So it's Tuesday, so I don't know how long Book Lovers is. I'm guessing it's probably somewhere like 350 pages, so definitely doable if I like get a good chunk out of it tonight. So that's my plan. But look what came today. I am so excited. She's beautiful. Literally obsessed with like this gold like foilish looking, she's reflective, cover. I am so excited for Iron Flame to come out and also have that a part of my collection. My dad is actually going to read this. He's going on a business trip next week, and I told him he needs to take this along. I am like the most generous person letting him take this from me and being the first one to read it. Just kidding, love you, Dad. But I will be taking the book jacket off because I don't trust anybody to not ruin this, and this is like one book that I don't want the book jacket ruined. So I'm very excited to like see his opinions on that. Maybe I'll have to like have him like film a clip with me after he's read it. I also realized how much editing back all these videos I say every other sentence, and it's something I'm working on. Will I change? Probably not, but I am cognizant of it. Anyways, I'm aware, but yeah, plan is bubble bath, a little reading, probably gonna read in bed before I fall asleep tonight, hopefully. My goal is like I want to read at least a couple more chapters. The chapters I want to say are like kind of long, which kind of turns me like off of books. Like this one's 20 minutes, which 20 minutes is probably like the most I like a chapter to be. I'm here for like the 12-minute chapters. If a book has 12-minute chapters, the odds of me reading 6 chapters are higher than me reading a book that has 20-minute chapters and me only reading like 1 chapter. It's just like, I always am like, oh, I can do another chapter, it's only 12 minutes, versus like, oh, this chapter's 30 minutes, like I don't have time to sit down and read it, or I have something I need to do, like I don't want to sit down and not waste, but use 30 minutes to read when, I don't know. I feel like people who get it. Maybe you are somebody that likes long chapters, and if you are, I'm jealous, because I feel like a lot of the books that I've been reading lately have long chapters, but we're gonna push through. We're gonna try at least. So, gonna go read. I just feel like people are like, why would you not like this book? It's about books. So, we'll see. Hopefully it sucks me in soon, because I feel like it's a struggle right now. So anyways, I feel like I'm not giving this book a fair enough chance. And I don't even know what it is. Like literally the writing isn't bad or anything. And it's not that it's not interesting. Like I don't know what in my mind I'm like, I just like have something against this book and I've literally no reason for it. But we're gonna try. We're gonna push through. I want to give it at least 50% because my sister was like, I loved the second half of the book more than I did the first half. Like I said earlier, I think yesterday maybe I said I trust her opinion so much and she knows me as a reader. So I'm actually curious at how many pages this is now. Well, it says I have 8 hours and 24 minutes left, so that is really something. There's 390 pages, so I'm on page 25. So I definitely did not read barely at all last night. I'm only 8%. So I would love to get to page 75 tonight. 50 pages. I feel like that's doable. So I will check back in probably tomorrow and let you guys know how much I read. But I'm going to push myself. The goal is 50 pages. That should be easy for me. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. So as I'm recording this video, it is Prime Day, and they make those Kindle stands that like you can clip to something like a table, and then you have a clicker and you can literally just be like this. I could literally like this, or I could be snuggled up like this and be like hands-free reading. Sounds ideal, and my sister did indeed order it. So I'm like tempted to order it. I really feel like, I mean, aesthetically, like I would hate to have that hanging on something, because I just like my room like very clean and like put together, and like having a huge like metal stand would just like throw it off. But it might be worth it, because that just sounds so nice to be able to lay in bed and not have to hold my Kindle. Like first world problems, but you know how like sometimes like it's just like you want to get comfy, and that would do the trick, I think. So it's possible I will be ordering that. I will keep you guys tuned. It is Wednesday evening. I'm in the same outfit, literally the same place. It looks like I have not moved, but I promise I have indeed lived a full day. Last night I didn't read as much as I wanted to. I feel like that's literally the story of my life. But my eyes got so heavy. I was literally laying in bed, like, trying to pry them open, but I didn't want to force it. I just needed to get some sleep. I ended up only reading like 30 pages, and I thought I was going to finish this book this week. I truly feel like I am kind of getting in a slump from Fourth Bank, but I also feel like it's just something about this book that's it's not a page turner for me. It's not really making me want to devour it, shall I say. But I did read quite a few pages today. I think I'm on page like 115, 116. So I don't know, 50, like probably like 70-ish pages today, and I'm gonna keep reading. It's only 9:24. Not that you could see that, but, well, I guess I shouldn't say it's only 9:24. Like, it is 9:24. That's like my bedtime. Also, speaking of, I don't know why I looked at my phone, because if this would focus, there it goes. It like shows the time, which you literally just go into like the font settings and like go to the more tab, like this. Let's see. So the font, and then the more tab, and then show clock while reading. Literally iconic. My battery's about to die, so hopefully it doesn't before I can finish this. But my plan is to just read in bed until I get tired, and then we'll go from there and see how much I get done. But hopefully tomorrow I will be better, and I'll get a good chunk of this book done. But anyways, it's time to read. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it is a few days later. It is Sunday night. I think the last thing I recorded was me on my drive to the cities on Friday morning. So it has been a couple days. I was at a music festival all weekend with some friends. Didn't get a lot of reading in, but I did have a couple hour drive there and back. So I did start and listen to The Bodyguard by Katherine Center. It is so cute. I have an hour and 22 minutes left in this, so I definitely will be finishing it this week. It's so hard for me because I don't know where the line is between talking about these books and then saving my thoughts for my monthly roundup. But I will say this has been really cute so far. It definitely kept me entertained on my drive, and yeah, there were not obviously, I should say. This is the first Katherine Center book I've read, but I have heard that she can sometimes be a little cringy, and I will say there were a couple moments in here where I was just like, I maybe didn't need to be like said like that, or maybe it's just because I was listening to the audiobook, and having somebody else read it is so much different than how I read things in my head. So I think maybe that is like part of the cringe element, but I'm excited to finish this one. I really like the girl who reads this. I wish Patty Murin. I feel like she reads quite a few books that I've listened to, and she has a decent voice. So, I don't know. But then I'm also reading Book Lovers, which we know, and I'm 67%. I've actually been really, really loving reading on my phone, which is new for me because I always thought, like, the text is so small on your phone. Like, you have a Kindle, just bring your Kindle everywhere. But I've found that there are instances, shocker, that I don't have my Kindle with me, and it's nice to read on my phone. For instance, this weekend, I knew that we were going to be like at the music festival or like hanging out like with our group of friends and everything. I was like, I'm not gonna bring my Kindle this weekend. There's no reason for me to. But like, we were drinking this weekend, and we all like needed a nap. on Saturday, and I just like found myself like I'm just gonna get a couple pages in. So definitely nice to read on my phone. But like I said, I'm 67%. I think I have like 2 hours and 45 minutes, it says, left in this book. I really wanted to finish it by the end of the weekend. However, I don't think that's going to happen because it's already 6:30 tonight and I need to like shower and like get my life together for work tomorrow. But we'll see. Hopefully I can get like another hour or so in of reading today and then hopefully finish the book tomorrow. I'm liking it so far. I feel like Emily Henry is very hit or miss for me. Like, I loved Happy Place, and when I read People We Meet on Vacation, it was like a 5-star for me, but that was also like right when I was kind of getting back into reading, so I don't think it would still be a 5-star read for me. But Beach Read was, I think I gave it 3 stars, listened to it though, so could be tainted review because I listened to it. I don't know what it is about audio that I just need to like, I don't know. It's confusing for me that I rate things less when I listen to them. But I think it all comes back to me, like with my hands. Am I okay? But I think it all comes back to everybody reads books differently in their head, and having somebody else read it for me, I'm like, I know for a fact that's not how I would have read it in my head. Or like today, I was listening to The Bodyguard and she was talking about how she like sang this song and like the narrator actually sang it, and I'm like, it's so funny because reading it, I wouldn't have like sang it in my head. I would have just like read the words. So it's just funny how much different a book can be when you listen to it versus read it. Anyways, off of that tangent, I'm gonna shower and like get my lunch and everything ready for tomorrow. I might listen to the book while I'm doing all of that to just kind of get closer to the end of The Bodyguard, and then I will probably get in bed and read Book Lovers for the rest of the evening. I usually don't like reading 2 different books at one time because I can get a little bit confused on like which story I'm reading, or like jumping back into Book Lovers after reading or listening to The Bodyguard. I was like, okay, wait, like I need to like go back a chapter, like remember what's happening, remember who's in these books and like what's going on. So it's been a little bit confusing, but not as bad as it usually is for me. So maybe I'm evolving and I can read 2 books at one time. But I should say I can listen to a book and read a book because I definitely can't physically read 2 books at a time. So anyways, I have more car time the next couple weeks where I'll be in the car for longer periods of time. So maybe I'll try and find another audiobook after I'm done with Bodyguard to listen to, because we have quite a few Audible credits that need to be used. So I should maybe ask my friends if they suggest any books. But that's my plan for the rest of the night. This weekend went by way too fast with way too little reading. I really wish that I read more, but that's okay. Not every weekend can be a reading weekend, and that's okay. So gonna go get ready and hopefully get some more reading in tonight. Alright, it is now Monday. I finished Book Lovers today. My final thoughts will obviously be in my July roundup, but I will say I liked it. Liked being the key word. I did not love it. Emily Henry and me, I'm just like always a little bit confused by her books every time I read them. I will say, why am I out of breath right now? Anyways, I will say that I always go into her books thinking that they're going to be one way and then they never are. And I know she's not like a super heavy romance writer, but I don't know. With Book Lovers, it was definitely more, I felt, of a book about her and her sister's relationship than it was about her and Charlie's relationship, which is fine. Like, if that's what she like meant to write about, then that's totally fine. And I really liked that story, but like, especially having a sister, I really enjoyed like reading about a sisterly bond. But I do wish that we would have got more of her and Charlie. I felt like Charlie was kind of like a mystery character up until the end when they like confessed their love for each other. Anyways, I just wish we would have got more of Charlie. But more thoughts to come on that. I can't remember if I don't think I think I showed, but I didn't speak, that I finished The Bodyguard last night by Katherine Center. I think I had like an hour and a half of it left. And so like I listened to it while I was getting like unready for the day. And once I got in bed, I just like finished it, and I thought it was cute. Nothing groundbreaking, but it kept me entertained, like on my car ride and all of that, which is all I can really ask for from an audiobook, is that it keeps me entertained. A couple parts were a little cringy, but overall I thought it was cute. I think I gave it a 3 stars, so would recommend the audio if you're going to be on a long drive or anything. First book I read by her, so I'll have to maybe check out some of her other ones. I really like the narrator that narrated it. So anyways, with that, I don't know what I'm going to read next, to be honest. I kind of want to make a TBR jar and like start picking, because I have so many books on my TBR. It can be a little daunting to try and find what I'm going to read next. I do really want to read Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. That's one I really want to read. Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, I really want to read. I have The Inheritance Games, the first one by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And then I also want to keep going with The Boys of Toman, but the third book is like 900 pages, and I'm just like not sure I'm ready to like invest myself in a 900-page book right now. But I also got, or like rented Libby, oh my gosh, rented The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks from Libby. That's like one of my favorite Nicholas Sparks movies. I've actually never read anything by Nicholas Sparks, which is surprising because I feel like my mom used to read like a lot of Nicholas Sparks. I might be wrong on that, but I think she did. And I just feel like that's kind of like an introductory to reading, is Nicholas Sparks. I don't know why, but that's just what like he kind of reminds me of. So I do want to read that, and I only have until August 2nd, I think, before it like returns itself. So I definitely need to read that. If I don't read it next, then I need to read it the book after that, but we'll see what I read. I might have my sister pick, or might just do like a luck of the draw with the TBR, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of week in my life reading, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!